Hello, everyone. I have a really exciting announcement for you this week. We're introducing the world's first AI-powered expert assistant for HR by the name of Galileo. Galileo is a large language model-based AI expert assistant that we have been working on for almost a year. And as many of you know, which we earlier called our co-pilot, this is a system that has taken all of the research and information and vendor information and case studies and maturity models and frameworks and benchmarks that we have collected, including our articles, podcasts, videos, and synopsis of much of the work in the Josh Bersin Academy, and we've loaded into a large language model. About a year ago, we started a prototype of what we called the HR Copilot. And what we did is we developed a large language model-based implementation of all of our research. And we took all of our research and our podcasts and our articles and other material, and we put them into the LLM. And we started using it, and we found that it was spectacular. It could answer questions on any part of HR. It could help you select vendors. It could compare vendors. It could develop implementation plans. It could give you checklists. It could show you maturity models. And so today we are announcing the productization of this in the form of a product we call Galileo. Galileo is an enterprise class, large language model based generative AI system for the information needs and learning and problem solving needs of human resources professionals. And it has all sorts of features that you're going to be really excited about. First of all, it's filled with all of our content. Everything we've done for the last, certainly since I left Deloitte, and a little bit of stuff before then, is in here. All of our maturity models, frameworks, benchmarks, vendor information, information of case studies, hundreds and hundreds of case studies, videos, podcasts, articles about the market are all available. And you can ask Galileo any question on any of the 95 topics that we cover in HR, and it will answer it in a very, very successful form. And we have been tuning this and training it for almost 9 months. And the reason we did that is that this is a trusted, reliable, accurate, detailed problem-solving system designed particularly for people in HR. By the way, it is also useful for managers because there's a vast amount of management information in here. And as we were training it and learning about how it was working, we would ask lots and lots of questions and topics, creating essentially chains of prompts. And as it responded, we would tune it to make it smarter and smarter and smarter about giving you the right information as needed. And now that it's been up and running for this period of time, we moved it to a more significant platform, and it's ready for launch. And it does even more. The original implementation of our Copilot was a single instance system. We now are partnering with a fantastic company by the name of Sana Labs, a Swedish company that is well known in the L&D market. And we can not only offer Galileo for you as an individual or your company or any of the HR professionals in your organization, but you can make Galileo your AI assistant for your company by adding your own data and your own information to our corpus of information. So in other words, if you want to add your compliance documentation, your checklist, your salary bands, your guidelines for promotion, your performance management process to Galileo, it will complement the content that we provide. And now your HR professionals will have not only information from us, but all the information they need from you to do their jobs better and better and better. And the extension to this is to move to line managers as well. And the way the Sana platform works is we can set up multiple assistants for you based on the needs in your company. If you want a special assistant for recruiters that has special content in it, another special assistant for L&D professionals, one for HR business partners that access to information that other people don't have, all of that is possible. It's completely secure, nailed down at enterprise class, password protected, and never touches the internet. None of Galileo's information comes from the internet. None of the information you type into it goes into the internet. It's only available in your instance and only available to your users. Now, we've been doing this for a while, and I know you have all heard me talk about generative AI quite a bit. This is a spectacular thing. And I don't mean just because it's fun and exciting, but you can take all of the studies that we have done in all these different domains of HR, and you can ask one question that crosses all of them to solve a problem. So the example that I like to use is, let's suppose you've decided, you want to teach everybody in the company about AI. So you want to build a capability academy for AI. So you say to yourself, well, what is a capability academy? Is it a bunch of courses? Is it an online thing? Is it a bunch of webinars? How do we architect it? Who's going to help us design it? What topics should we cover? Should it be by role? Should it be by level? How much should there be a certification in it? Should there be testing? You know how complicated this is. Well, you go to Galileo and you ask Galileo, what is a capability academy? It'll tell you what it is. How do I build a capability academy? What are some examples of capability academies? What are the 10 best practices of capability academies? What are the things that cause problems in capability academies? And then as you get into it, you can ask it things like, who are the vendors that offer tools for capability academies? How do those vendors compare with each other? Who are the content providers that are typically used in capability academies? How do I do collaborative learning? How do I set up a collaborative learning council? What is the skills taxonomy? How do I implement a skills taxonomy? What are examples of companies that implement a skills taxonomy? I mean, if you sat down with us, we'd be talking for probably 3 or 4 hours about all those questions, and we'd have multiple analysts involved. You can get all of that directly from Galileo. And once you get to the point where you have a plan, you can load your plan into Galileo and ask Galileo to turn your plan into a communications document for the rest of your company, or an implementation document, or an RFP template. It's unbelievable what this can do. And the reason it's so exciting to me is because from the beginning of my time as an analyst, I have always felt that the reason we do this research is not to write articles and to be quoted in press releases and so forth. It's really to help you solve problems. And every company is different, and every HR professional has a different background and has a different level of knowledge in different topics and different perspective. And what Galileo can do is it can meet you where you are. It can be your expert if you're brand new to one topic, but an absolute world-class guru at another topic. It will respond to your needs regardless of your level of expertise. And it has all the information you need to solve problems, to learn, to better communicate your strategy, to socialize solutions, to iterate, and just to keep up on what's going on. Now, for us as a company, this is also a miraculous invention. Because as you know, we've been publishing content now for roughly 25 years. And the publishing content is a slow, methodical process. Many of our studies take a year, sometimes a year and a half to put together. The maturity models are very carefully analyzed using statistics. We have lots of case studies. We validate a lot of information with individual companies. And then we have to publish it, and we have to edit it, and we have to create graphics, create the maturity models, and so forth. We are now able to take raw information and put it into Galileo, and you can get it faster. For example, we're about to publish a big body of research on the 4-day work week, which actually took us almost 70 to 90 days just to publish after the research was finished. Well, with Galileo, we're going to be able to put that kind of information right into the system, and you'll see it faster than ever. In fact, I anticipate that Galileo will be updated many times per week. So you'll be able to go into Galileo and ask questions and see what's new in the world of HR and management and learning and HR tech every week, or maybe even every couple of days if you choose, using Galileo. Now, of course, because of the LLM technology, it's advancing very fast. We expect Galileo to soon be able to generate graphics, to identify and find graphics, to go into our research studies and show you particular phrases and words and concepts that you need. Eventually, we'll connect it to the Josh Bersin Academy. It will recommend courses, and it'll show you content within the academy, and much, much more. So this is a really groundbreaking, what I call paradigm-shattering new approach to developing and supporting your team in their transformation, in their projects, in their understanding of HR, and their problem solving with your customers. Finally, and I think this may be the most interesting thing of all, we know from our systemic HR research that only about 4% of the companies we surveyed had an advanced perspective on AI as an organization. So most of you in HR are trying to figure out what AI is, how should we apply it, where will it fit, what is the best way to implement it. Galileo is a perfect platform to get started. Not only can you use it to answer questions and solve the problems you have in HR, but you can use the Galileo platform to load your information and your data and teach yourself how to build intelligent assistants for your own company and your own organization. We are initially focusing primarily on the HR domain and the HR roles, but over time, this is going to expand. And I think you'll see that the tools that come from Sana Labs, that is the technology that's underneath Galileo, can be used for much more. As far as the availability, if you read through the article on the website, you'll learn more about it. We're offering this to our corporate members starting immediately. So if you're a corporate member, there will be a rollout process for you to get access. And then later in 2024, we are going to build a version of Galileo for Josh Bersin Academy members. And eventually, we would like to have a freemium version of this as well. We haven't quite figured that out yet. This is a very, very proven, exciting product. It is trusted, it is safe, it does not access, some of the inconsistent information on the internet where you don't know where it comes from. Every piece of information is audited. You can see where it came from. You have access to the source data. You can click right through and find the research or read the article or look at the data that it came from to validate and dive in and learn more. And it is a massively scalable system for us to support you in a greater and greater way, and for you to support your own HR organization and your own team in your company. I look forward to showing it to you and giving you a lot of hands-on experience with this over the coming months. Please read the Q&A on the website. We're very excited about this offering and look forward to working with all of you in the coming year. Thank you.